Hey guys, Desolator Magic here, and it's finally time to show off my mono black deck. I was supposed to show off my, I don't know where it is when they gave me all this crap for some reason in the patch. One of my decks has Landfall, but this one I've gotten so many requests for, I just got to do it. So instead of New Deck 4, or Black, which is the two names I gave it, we have La French deck Croissant. That's how you pronounce it. It's French. That is the accurate French spelling of Croissant. Let's jump into it. So this is an anti-mill deck, except the person milling me to death is me. So 98 cards. You could get this down to 60, but the deck would be worse, and you'd lose this beautiful 1, 2, 3, 4 ratio, which is extremely important. So I was going to kind of show each card and say why it's in there in the context of the meta, but it's going to become pretty apparent like what each one does, and if you're a skilled player, you don't need to hear that anyway. So I'll just say what the cards do, which is going to be 4 times faster anyway. So Bloodchief's Thirst, you can stop Red Rush. There we go. I'm already commenting on the meta, but I got to justify why it's in here. So, okay, it's sorcery speed, but it costs 1. You can kill anything 2 or under. So, I mean, that's huge for stopping Red Rush. And then late game, you pay 4 to take out any creature or planeswalker at sorcery speed, which is kind of garbage, but like whatever. I mean, if you have it, use it. Early game, use it. It's take out a token for free, take out a dragon later. Is what it is. There's only 3 though, because it's not instant speed. It's not that good. I did trim this as low as it can possibly go. It cannot go lower. Then we got Malakir Rebirth, one of the most important spells, because when you get the real, powerful big guys and they try and take them out, or you got a chump block with a Death Touch or something, you just bring it right back. It's hilarious. I love it. We got Typhoid Rats. I mean, that is a target of Malakir, but it's mostly it's bigger stuff, but it is kind of funny if you need to stop 2 things. So yeah, Death Touch 1/1. If there was another one that existed in black, I'd probably run 6 total, maybe 8. So that's a shame. I'm sure there's one that costs 2 or 3, but it has to cost 1. The CMC of this deck, no kidding, is 3.0, guys. 3.0. And you're going to say, why the hell did you trim these cards when I get into the 4 or 5 section? That's why. So Acquisitions Expert just kicks them out of their hand. You might get 2 options if you have a Cleric out or whatever, who cares. And it's a 1/2. Otherwise, we have 1 Elderfang Disciple. This just seems like the correct number, but this one's better, so there's 4. I mean, it's bigger. It's got more toughness, and you might get 2 options that are initially their option. And then this one's just they pick it. So, yeah, there you go. Then we got Feed the Swarm. Very important. It can take out enchantments. Skeletal Swarming is the #1 target. I can't really name much more than that. Maybe like a Pacifism pin down on your biggest creature, but like, yeah, I don't know about that. But yeah, I mean, it's, it is what it is. You really want to hold this until you absolutely need it, because the big thing is the life loss. So it'll stop Red Rush, but you'll take like probably 2 or 3 damage, which is not what you want to do against Red Rush. So it's like just this deck cannot gain life to offset this enough for it to be like a practical no issue. So that's why I cut it to 3. Then we got Ghastly Gloomhunter. I just left him in because he's kind of fun to have flying. You can kick him for 6, which is ridiculous. But then you got a 3/3 flyer with lifelink. But I mean, for 2 mana, having a 1/1 that can stop flyers, and the 3/1 that Spellbinder guy, he's pretty popular. So I left 1 in. I started with 4 and then kept cutting them. You could go 0, but it's like he literally just won one of the games that has played. He just keeps coming in clutch. So then we got Grim Wanderer. I mean, okay, something has to die, but it's either player's turn, either player's creatures. So it's not like that nuts. But if you're losing and this is sitting in your hand, you have nothing, you're in trouble. So, but still 5/3 for 2 with Flash, you gotta be kidding me. So yeah, of course I'm gonna put it in there. It's funny. No way to give him lifelink though, because Shadow Spear cycled out and Eternal just doesn't really fit this deck. Too much liability, too much like coincidental stuff, and I'm already balancing it between 4 concepts, so you don't want to add a 5th one. Then we got PWK, kills everything except for what this deck loses to, which is why there's only 2. Can't kill a Faceless Haven because it is literally an angel, a demon, a devil, and a dragon. You can kill the Crawling Barons though, which is fun. Can't kill an angel, especially they get to 35 and win angel, which that needs to be banned immediately. Any of the dragons, can't kill them. And yeah, really, faceless angels and dragons are what you need to worry about, but it kills everything else for 2 at instant speed. So, would I rather have go for the throat? Yes, obviously. That's kill anything that's not an artifact for 2 instant speed. Like, let's go. But yeah, we got Eye of Vecna just for extra little card draw. It's kind of a late game thing or like a turn 2 thing. That's pretty much it. You wouldn't normally activate this because you don't have the life gain to, get around it. But if you're going to outdraw them 2-1, whether you're winning or losing, you're going to get some kill spells and you're going to even things out real quick. Or you will draw into sources of life gain. So it's in there. And plus, people will think this is like, oh no, he's going to outdraw me 2-1. He's played a control deck kind of almost. Oh my God. And they'll like blow this up with like a kill spell. And I'm like, I don't need this. I just had 2 mana and I wanted a card. I'm going to say, did you miss me saying no to this 5 times in a row? Like, what is wrong with you people? So that's a fun one. We got, it's a land, it's a Blackbloom. I mean, by the time you would want this to be a creature, it probably would be a 5/3 with Menace, which is like no joke, even though it's not flying. Otherwise, it's just a land creature. So, could run 3, but this deck has nothing to do on turn 1. Look at this. No, probably don't immediately need it, and then it just goes to 2. So it's like, whatever. Like, I'm just, okay, I'll drop in a tapped land. I'll drop in 2 tapped lands. Who cares? Then we got Demogorgon's Clutches and Mind Drain. I went with this one because it's lose 2 life, and this is a, slow ping away trigger deck that just kind of eats him away a little bit. And then this is I gain a life and you lose life. So it's like, yeah, I need some life gain too. So I just kind of went with that ratio. You can go with all 3, whatever, it doesn't matter. Then we got Nighthawk Scavenger. It's a flying Tarmogoyf with lifelink. I mean, what is there to say? This thing is a disgrace to the game and needs to be banned immediately. So obviously I'm running 4 of it. What else is there to say? Peleka Predation, it's going to be a land 99% of the time. The other percentage of the time, you're going to get rid of an angel, a dragon, or a win con, or a broken saga, or like a 6-drop or something. So if you miss, you're going to win. And if you hit, mana value 3 or higher, you're going to want that card gone. So there's really no bad part about this, especially late game. Early game, just drop it in tapped. Fantastic. Only running 3, though, because it's almost always a land. Then we got the 2 most important cards in the deck. Poison the Cup, which can take out a Faceless Haven, an Angel, or a Dragon at instant speed, or Soul Shatter, which can take out an Angel, a Dragon, a Faceless Haven, or a Planeswalker at instant speed. So this one, if you foretell it, it'll just sit there and cost 2. So if you have 4, just do it. Just put a little pause marker on their upkeep and then slam them. And then get the Scry 2, because you only get the Scry 2 if it's foretold, and that's huge. You can go get like another land to get a board wipe, another flying threat, a death toucher, another kill spell, just whatever. I mean, you will stomp them in the nuts with this stupid card. I love it. Love it. Then we got Soul Shatter, which is, they sack the creature, Planeswalker with the highest mana value, so that's usually what you want gone. If it's a Lobby, you can deal with it. You can heal around it. You're on the ground. You got death touchers, whatever. And if it's a big chunky monkey, you just blew it up. Very underappreciated card. Very good. Plays your own hexproof. You can kill lands with it. You can kill Faceless Haven if it's the only thing out. You can kill a Crawling Barrens. You can kill one of those stupid hexproof 4/4 snow lands. Should I just give you the whole wish list that I want gone? Scoot Swarm, what the hell? Westgate Regent and Tergrid, both of which are in my deck. Prosperous Innkeeper, and or any of the Ajani's Primate clones, because it's really that combination that's the problem. Elvish Warmaster, what the hell were they thinking? Spirit of the Elder Guard, which creates 4/4 hexproof lands off turn. Love that. Or, off my turn during their turn. So even if you had a kill spell, and even if it can affect lands, you still can't target it, it's hexproof. So you're just going to get slammed by 4/4s the whole game and just lose. And I think this card costs 2. So, disgrace to the game. Then we got Teleportation Circle. So, yeah, not a fan of those, but if they got rid of all them, oh my God, the game would be like amazing. So, it's close. It's really close. I'm sure I'm missing a couple of cards, but like I said, 2 or 3 of them are in my deck. So, there you go. We got Dogged Pursuit. Just heal me, hit them. You get this out turn 4, you'd be surprised how much mileage you get out of it, because this is a real slow deck. I mean, I beat people on like turn 6 or 7 with it. You never know if you just really absolutely curve out and just nuke them. Eradicator Valkyrie, speaking of that. Now, this thing is a lightning rod. The second this comes out, they're going to blow it up, which is why you usually need to cover it with a little counter spell here. I consider it a counter spell. It's literally Black's Turn Aside. I mean, it's pretty much what it is, except you get an ETB on it. But, hexproof from Planeswalkers, that protects it from literally Kaya. I can't name another one that people actually play. But yeah, flying lifelink in 4. There you go. The bow stability is huge, because if you're going to swing into a dragon and then they do block you, you can sack herself for 2. And then take out the dragon, assuming it's the only creature. There's so much removal in this, it probably is the only damn creature. So this is huge. If you can free swing, otherwise it's a dragon deterrent. It's the 3 comes up a lot. I'd rather it be 3/4, but then it would be a little much. It really actually would be. So it's just a good card. Then we got Hagra Mauling, which if you don't run 4 of these, you are out of your mind. These are usually lands, but it's also a 4 cost, basically never 3 cost. Ignore that whole first paragraph. Instant speed kill. So you can take out an angel, a dragon, whatever. So real simple, duh. Then we got the coconut elixir, if you've seen my live stream. So I mean, you know what this does. You gain 2 life, gain 2 life, gain 2 life. The average game, I'll see 1 or 2 of these. Sometimes you see 3. They've got to kill you like 3 times if you've got 3 of these out, because you're going to have like 60 life total. You can just take counter hits and swing in the air. It's truly, truly ridiculous. And once you clear 20, you're just going to sit there and outdraw them 2-1. And this is kind of like a controlled discard Swiss Army-ish deck. It's funny to call it Swiss Army when it has no sideboard. It's best of 1 and it's mono black. But, well, we know what happened to the power level in the last 2 years. I don't need to tell you. So yeah, this is just a fantastic card. Now, do I think this is as egregious as Shadow Spear? Not even close. I wouldn't even call for this to be banned, and I've seen people play it. It's just, it costs 4 and it doesn't immediately end the threat, and 2 isn't that much. It's just like a slow overtime thing, and usually a slow gradual overtime thing is not that bad. But do you think I should give every single color in the color pie 2 life? I mean, that's probably what they said at Wizards of the Coast, and the answer is probably not. But it costs 4, and it does nothing when it comes in, so it's not like it destroys something. Then I'd be calling for this thing's head on a pike. But yeah, we got Tergrid. I cut it to 3 because, well, quite simply, we've got 3x4, 4x4, 4x4, but not really, 4x4, 3x5, 2x5, and 4x6. You add this up, it's like a third of the deck, and you don't want 1/3 of your opening hand to be this shit. You will lose. So it's a bit of a mulligan deck. Probably about 1 in 5 games you're going to have to mulligan. You got to watch that. Don't try to force it and just be like, oh, I have 3 swamps, I'll get there. No, they'll kill you first. This is slow and the format's speeding up. And unfortunately, this deck used to have about a 90% win rate all through gold and right up until the patch. Right after the patch when it reset, I blew through gold again. And then I got up into platinum too. And then people started to adapt to decks like this and cards in it. People kept winning with Skeletal Swarmings. Now everybody can get rid of enchantments, unfortunately. And a lot of people, just because of the color stuff and universal exiling and pinpoint removal and gold cards and all that crap, they can get rid of a Cosmos Elixir too. So they can get rid of any artifact or any enchantment that you got. So this Lantern gets blown up a lot by white, by green. A lot of people are playing white and or green. And then Cosmos Elixir, that's a target. I mean, the Flyers are a target. Yeah, it's a shootout now. I'm down to maybe a 60% win rate. I mean, it's not the best match for the meta, but this deck was unbeatable. I counted. I got 5 losses on the way through gold. That's it. Which, it's like every tick up is 2, and there's like 5 tiers of... It wasn't that many wins, but like, I felt like I was just like... I mean, I did it in 1 day. Like, I'm climbing the ladder like freaking Mario, so like, it was ridiculous. But yeah, this is just, 3 untap at 3, 3 untap at 3, 3 untap at 3... I would put 6 of these in if it was like a normal, more balanced deck, more, guard up front kind of stuff. If they let me put in 6, because I want 3 of each side, because you get them together and it's ridiculous. And plus a 4/5 with Menace is pretty good too. But that sack thing, that's why this it should be banned. I mean, discard or sack, it could have been just sack. I would have been like, okay, but this is just unlimited stealing at this point. I've seen decks that just revolve around her and it's 60 tight, and they are obnoxious as shit. And if you get rid of her, they'll just forfeit. So I don't like glass cannons. It's not even a combo cannon. It's just a her cannon. And when you can do that without even a combo, it's just, oh, look, it's her. And then they lose. And then the opponent loses. That's pretty bad. So pretty egregious card. Definitely ban worthy, even at 5 mana. I mean, even they put Menace on top. I'm surprised they didn't give her Indestructible, but anyway, Westgate Regent, I don't know how much crack and shrooms they were doing when they designed this, but ward discard a card, that's bad enough. That is the cherry on top of this shit sundae. But every time you hit the player, you double the number of counters. Or not double the number of counters, you put an amount of counters based on how much damage you did. I don't even have temporary boost in this deck, but if I did, oh my god. So yeah, you res him once. It then takes 4 cards to get rid of him. So he tends to sit there and stare at dragons while they fly past him and kill me. But, dragons and angels, that's the whole meta. And flying swarms of spirits. I mean, there's not much, like a whole much more than that. There's like 10 good decks, but those are the most egregious, powerful tier 1 stuff that I see. So He's not as good in the field as he looks, but still this card should be banned immediately. They didn't even make him legendary, and that ward is unforgivable. I mean, if you could blast this asshole out of the sky, good, because he would have killed you in 2 turns, quite simply. So then we got board wipe that reses one of my things, and it just outlines the fact that the whole snow mechanic is just absolutely messed up because I added 25 snowlands, and where's the downside? Where's the trade-off? Nothing. There is no downside whatsoever. I'm running 25 snowlands, and now I can run this. It's just like that Force Fight card in green that costs 1. I'm like, oh, but you have to be running snow. Oh, wait. Every single person with every single type of deck can just throw snow in. Okay, so everybody's running snow, so now it's just an overpowered as all shit card. You know, indestructible plus Force Fight plus, you know, +1 for 1 mana. Like, what were they thinking? This card, I mean, it's his board wipe that costs 6, it's not even that good. But I get the resurrection bonus with no detriment to my deck. That is a problem. Now, do I think this should be banned? No, but do I think that snow was almost as bad as energy? Absolutely, 100%. They should have put a penalty for snowlands. Or snow anything. Some kind of snow downside. I don't care what, I don't know what it would have been. I'm sure they couldn't come up with anything, but there should have been a downside to running snow because it is so broken. Everybody could just run 1 snow card, switch out all the lands, and be like, aha, I'm running snow, yay. So messed up. So I've got 1 Crawling Barrens because it's a funny way to block people, and it's a cute defensive card, and I might win with it once or twice, but I wouldn't even put in 2 because I've already got, like, this is useless in an opening hand, this isn't ideal, that isn't ideal, you go all the way up, it's like, nah, I'd rather just have 25, you know, swamps. So you can add in 2 if you really want to be bold and spicy, but you never really want to have 2 of these, and you might see 1/3 to 1/2 of your deck in the average game, but this deck wins eventually. So I've got 2 amazing gameplay examples. These are gonna blow your mind clear out the back of your head, trust me, when you see this in action. And this is even a little bit better than what you've seen on my live stream where I just sat there and got like 10 wins in a row. So that's why people were asking for this deck list. So the deck list is in the description, but make sure you watch the gameplay right after this. All right, game 1, we've got a pretty okay open, nothing too nuts. We got a 6 cost, we've got an Eye of Vecna that I don't really want, a Hand Disruptor that's fun, and if I can draw into the Cosmos without getting hit, great, but if it's an aggressive deck, I'm in trouble. Unfortunately, it's a fairly aggressive deck, or at least that's my guess on turn 1. So, go ahead and drop the single. Don't really have any come and tapped options, because, you know, I'm going to need the Hagra. There we go. Got another 6-cost board wipe. Not what I wanted. Oh, not at all. So, Elderfang, there we go. Yeah, getting them down there, you know. Gonna be down to 2. There it is. Alright, another land. Elite Spellbinder. Not what I wanted to see because you get to see my entire hand. And then I get to pay 2 more for something, which in this deck basically means I don't get the card at all. So I think he makes a really stupid decision. Oh yeah, that one. That guy should cost 4. Like, that doesn't even make sense. He should have done Cosmos. I mean, he better pray I don't get the board wipe, because this is a flood deck. It kind of backfires. He never really floods. It's supposed to be, like, all flyers, tons of tokens, plus, like, 1 or 2 boosts, and then that's what he kills me with. But, didn't really go that way. All the discards didn't help, and I didn't even hit him with a direct discard, I don't think, yet. So, okay, we got that. The Feed the Swarm, which, you know, okay. Got rid of the 3 damage in the air. That's huge. Now, notice, it's already 20 to 10. He's running a highly aggressive deck. He just can't get 2 spells off. And I think that's Clarion Spirit. It's either that or Boast, one of the 2. I don't remember, but what he doesn't get a single Spirit token this whole time, I think. So I get rid of that. Okay. Keep the Crawling Barrens just for the, you know, to get closer to the 6 board wipe, but it's not like he has anything in hand. He just literally gave me a 2/2. That was so stupid. All right. There's another Spellbinder, 3 damage in the air. Not what I wanted to see. Plus 1 of my cards gone. He has a hell of a decision here. If I remember correctly, he makes that decision incorrectly. Oh, what does he go for? Yeah, he went for... Okay, so he went for that. I'm at 8. Okay, great, but he's got 5 damage. Now, he swings with that without trying to get rid of this. That's... I would have sat there and stared at it. It's not like I would have swung back, and if I did, he could block it then. And if I left it on defense because I'm at 5, okay, then he would have saved it. Gets a useless Paladin class. I dropped that in just for the board wipe, and because it's Crawling Enabler there. Okay. Okay, there it is. We got the board wipe. I got the Cosmos. Okay. I mean, him selecting a snow card, making it cost 8 would have been pointless. So, and there it goes. Boy, this guy's getting damn lucky. But I get a 4/4 token now. So, yeah. I mean, white doesn't have as good of removal as they did pre-rotation. Remember, this is the 2022 queue. There it is. Look at that. There it is. 3/3 flyer with lifelink that he can't stop. So I send this one because he doesn't have double strike on defense. That's actually a trigger with the paladin class, but it's only right before combat or during it or whatever attack phase. Okay, no trample though. But I'm at 7, so that's lethal. I just had a whole bowl of pasta. I'm crashing already. Yep. So you want to see the little trick I pull on him? You guys are probably wondering, why did you overswing? Are you just going to hope he doesn't boost it and hope you only go to 8 and then win? No. Look at this. He probably thinks, oh, okay, I'll trade. Watch this. Select it as a blocker and then immediately make it a 6/6. There you go. He made a huge technical mistake, but he was going to lose anyway. I mean, that's 7 right there. He could have left it on defense, but I would have sent crawling after him. So, there you go. So, game 2. Once again, not ideal. We've got a 4 and a 5, and then a 4 sitting there. I almost should have not kept it, but we've got Poison the Cup and Acquisition. That should buy me a little time depending upon what he's playing. Now, if it was Red Rush, I would have lost right off the bat. So, bit of a gamble there. But you tend to play the same decks in a row, and depending upon what time of day it is and what region of the country you're effectively playing against, like at night you always see the Asian country names, they tend to have like kind of regional trends by itself. So you can kind of read that and use that to kind of metagame it a little bit. All right, so he blows that away. Arguable. I mean, he didn't really need it. I blow away his Dragon Generator, so he can kiss my ass. This guy played like an idiot, by the way, just in case you're wondering. Let's see. Okay, so he got to 3. He's got Essicas. That's hard to play around. Unless you have Poison the Cup. And then we got a Tergrid. So I've got a 4/5, a 5, a 4, and a 4. And I'm sitting at 3 mana. That's why you don't keep hands like that, ladies and gentlemen. But, yeah, it's a little early. There you go. Now blow it up. There we go. 2 tapped cats. 2 damage coming at me potentially. I'm still on the verge of being completely asleep after eating all that pasta, but it was delicious. Alright, so finally got to 4. Had to scry 2 cards out of the way that would have literally lost me the game. So, another reason not to keep this trash pile of an open hand. Should have mulliganed it. Alright, because I mean, you're going to continue to draw high-level cards. It's about 1/3 to 1/4 of your deck. That's just how it is. But now he's in trouble. He's got those reachers. He kind of needs them, but I don't need to hit him and win. I've got the damn lantern. I'm going to win with life gain at some point. So, doesn't really matter. And then we got Cosmos right there. So, I end up just winning based on card advantage. I make a couple mistakes in this, but he makes more than I do, so... There's the Bard class. Doesn't really help him. Oh my god, I hate doing live videos. If I keep yawning, I can't edit it out. Oh well. Real shit. So, he's in trouble. Just to say the least. This is where you just get 1 giant flyer and just win. I mean, this is so bad. So check this out. Depending upon what he does, I'm going to flash in that Grim. There it is. Let's flash in the Grim. That's a lot of damage. Swing in the air. Just get rid of his last Reacher. And then that's 9 right there. So he can't do anything. I almost should have Power Word killed his cat. But I was keeping it in case he summons a dragon because I'm an idiot. Because I thought I could kill dragons. So that's how that one worked. Definitely should have blown away the cat, but whatever. I mean, I would have won 1 turn sooner. He top decked the land. I mean, he wasn't going to win anyway. But a dragon would have been devastating because one of the 2 would have gotten through, the other one would have gotten killed, and then that's it. the dragon would have been sitting there. And I know this is a dragon deck. I've seen it. So it's not heavy treasure ramp dragon, but it's pretty dang close. It's got low-end options. I'm sure he had teleportation circle in there if he splashed white. I don't remember. To flicker the chariot and get 2 cats per turn, which is really messed up. Pretty sick of playing against that because it's almost impossible to stop it. You have to have 1 enchantment remover or 1 artifact remover, and, well, people are starting to play that. I'm starting to play it even to mono black. So, yeah, I mean, this deck, it's not the best match for the meta, but it still wins. I mean, you can see how tricky this is, how difficult to play around it is. As long as you're smart about mulliganing and you don't just keep keeping high-end stuff getting land stranded for 3 turns and losing because of it, you'll be fine. So, yeah, deck list in the description. Go check it out. If you like it, leave a thumbs up. Or if you just like the video, leave a thumbs up. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.